Hey everybody! Episode 4 of WandaVision has been released on Disney+, and trust me, it will give you the clear picture of first 3 episodes. And will make first 3 episodes more meaningful. So in this video I will break down episode number 4 and explain you some Easter eggs and references that your vision might have missed. But before that, it's time for intro. So everybody, welcome to Movieverse, the channel which Actually, you know what? Let's don't waste time and skip this intro thing in Wanda style and start this video. This whole episode is actually a brief intro of SWORD into MCU, and it has a recap, or shall I say glimpses of scenes involving SWORD. Be it this helicopter, beekeeper, and of course Geraldine aka Captain RAMBEAU thrown out of WESTVIEW. And this episode starts with the time when BLIP happened. And we see Monica Rambeau coming after Avengers Snap or BLIP, whatever it is. And it's a wonderful scene. Actually, it is the reverse of Thanos Snap death scene. And coming back after 5 years, Monica Rambeau starts searching for her mother, who was hospitalized 5 years ago when Thanos Snap took place. And she's asking hospital staff about patient in room number 104, which is obviously her mom Maria.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a patient in room 104.
But what I want to point your focus on is number 104. Actually, it is a reference to Avengers Comics issue number 104, which was story centered on Pietro Maximoff, Wanda aka Scarlet Witch and Vision. And in this comic, Sentinels were using Wanda as a power source for the device which would sterilize human race and eliminate mutants. And if all the reports are to be believed, WandaVision is based on the House of M comics, which was also based on decimation of mutants similar to issue number 104. Though in this comics, Vision saved it all in the end. And then we see Monica in SWORD's headquarters. And we see Monica's mother photo framed at reception because she was the one who built this organization from the ground up. And the name used on her pic is Maria Photon Rambeau. Let me tell you, in comics, Monica's mother was a seamstress. But in Captain Marvel movie, she was shown as an Air Force pilot. And she was using Photon as a code name. But in comics, Photon was the name used by Monica Rambeau after her own stint as Captain Marvel. And after some time, Monica Rambeau dropped Photon and took the name Spectrum. And then we see Monica sent for investigating WESTVIEW, where this WandaVision anomaly is happening. And now we know that this WESTVIEW really exists and it is in New Jersey. Marvel took this part from the comics, cause in comics, Wanda and Vision also went to live in New Jersey. And when Monica arrives, we see Jimmy Woo of Ant-Man 2, who is an FBI officer sent to investigate the case of missing person. And if you look at the police squad car closely, its number is 1966, and it's a reference for the year 1966. Cause in 1966, Marvel launched its animated series, The Marvel Superheroes, and it was the first TV series based on Marvel characters. And similarly, WandaVision is also the first web series of Marvel characters. Rambeau finds out that cops don't have any knowledge of WESTVIEW. They say there is no such locality named WESTVIEW.
The town of Westview, New Jersey doesn't exist.
That's what I keep telling your G-Man here, but he won't listen.
It means Wanda's magic is not only working inside WESTVIEW but also outside the force field of WESTVIEW. And then Monica took out this beautiful drone for sending it inside WESTVIEW to investigate. But wait, did you notice the color scheme of drone? It resembles with the colors of comic version of Captain Marvel's costume. It's probably cause Captain Marvel aka Carol Danvers was Monica's inspiration from childhood, which influenced the colors of drone. Or it could be drone modified by Carol Danvers herself. Cause after Thanos Snap, Carol visited Earth few times. Maybe she has modified it herself. Hence the color scheme matches with her costume. And one more interesting thing I noticed, when this drone enters WESTVIEW, it changes to different color scheme, resembling more to Tony Stark's Iron Man armor colors. And it remains colored, whereas everything is black and white. How did this happen? I don't know. Only time will tell. And Darcy from Thor is also here, cause SWORD has called her for some help. And when we see SWORD agent addressing her as Miss Lewis, she says Dr. Lewis.
Dr. Lewis.
Which shows that she has completed her graduation. Cause earlier in Thor 1, she applied in University for Political Science and was working as an assistant to Jane Foster. But it seems Darcy completed her university and gained a doctorate in astrophysics. And later in episode we see Darcy with the physioscope made by Lexington Instruments. When I searched internet for physioscope, there was no such instrument. This could be just for fun or it could be a reference from the comics. Cause in comics, Alexander Lexington was the mutant who was decimated on M-Day when Wanda cast the spell No More Mutants, which in result depowered most mutants, and Lexington reference could be foreshadow of the events happening in the future episodes of WandaVision. And with the help of Physioscope, Darcy made it easier for the SWAT to keep an eye on Wanda. And remember, everyone was thinking at the end of first episode, who exactly was this person? And now we know it was Darcy, or shall I say Dr. Darcy. We also see SWAT identifying cast members of episode 1 and 2 with the real people, and they have got the ID match of cast members of episode 1 and 2. And on that board we see real IDs of every character except Agnes, and this makes those reports more believable, which says that she is a witch named Agatha Harkness. And later when Wanda and Dottie in episode number 2 are having a conversation, one strange thing happened here is that when Darcy is watching the episode, the part where glass breaks and Dottie was bleeding got cut, which left Darcy puzzled. Maybe like Wanda, Dottie also has the power to skip or censor episodes, and it's quite possible that Dottie was the one who is making Wanda do things. Well, that's my personal opinion. And now Darcy and Wu are watching episode number 3, and they heard Geraldine taking Ultron's name.
Did she just say the name Ultron? Has that happened before? A reference to our reality?
No.
And episode 3 ends right after Wanda asks Geraldine who is she. Darcy doubts and tells Wu that someone is censoring the broadcast, and after hearing alarm beeping they rush outside to see who has breached the boundary. And then we see Wanda throwing Monica Rambeau out of her reality. But did you notice this scene wasn't shown on TV but it was on her computer? And in my opinion it is because whoever was censoring the broadcast was able to cut parts in episode. But computer was recording the live feed from the WESTVIEW, so it was still on computer. The question is, who is censoring the broadcast of the episodes? Is it Wanda or someone else? Soon it will be answered in the coming episodes. And in the end, Vision comes back from outside, and when Wanda looks at him, he looks grey and without stone. And it's the same condition in which we saw Vision last time after dying in Infinity War. And we see Wanda gets scared. It has two possible reasons. Maybe talking about Ultron and Pietro reminded her about the reality of Vision's death in real world. Or maybe it's Wanda who is puppeteering Vision's body which has no mind stone. And in the end we see Rambeau telling it's Wanda. And then episode ends with the Wanda and Vision watching TV. So that was my breakdown and some references of episode number 4. I'll try to find some more details going through this episode again with more attention, and will upload if find it to be worthy of uploading. Till then, watch my breakdown on episode 1 and 2, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for regular updates.